So if you guys look here, you have four inputs, P, V, S, and T. You can change them by just clicking on them and changing the names. You get them by clicking here and going to digital constant. You can click on any one and change the state to, change the state to 0 or 1. So if you pay attention to this, just clicking state will change the state from 1 to 0. So president is saying no, president is saying yes. So you just switch it back and forth. Now, you can also change these wires. For example, I change this wire to P, I change this wire to V. This wire is technically PV. That's pretty cool. And it won't let you choose the same thing, which is good. Because if I would have named that wire P, that would be line. That wire is not P, it's P and V. This one right here is wire number 1, but I'm going to change it. And if you look, it's a P, and that's an AND gate, and an S. So if I change it, if I change P, see how it's like, oh, you can't use P. I'm not going to. It's P and S. There we go. So there's P and S. So you can actually do this. And technically, this wire right here, it won't let me do another wire. So I'm going to get another OR gate real quick. OR gate. So right here would be, and this is an OR gate, so this would be PV plus PS. Push enter. There we go. So that's an OR gate, so it's PV or PS, and I put the wire right here. So this wire represents PV or PS. So I think it's best that you do that. It's going to be less confusing. You're going to make sure that everything is correct at the end. And in the end, you should have the full final thing. Now, one thing I need to do before I finish this recording is I need to at least maybe delete some of these off. For example, you're going to need these, but I'm going to delete them off. And I'm just going to put this one here just to get this done real quick. So this is not the correct way to do it. Your wiring is going to look different. But how do you do this end? And you'll need a light. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to diodes right here, and we're going to get a light emitting diode, LED, light emitting diode. We're going to click here. We're going to rotate this thing around so that it's pointing in the correct direction, pointing to the right. And I'll line it up here, and I'll connect this wire. And this is going to be your final wire. Got it? When you're all done, this will be your final wire coming to the LED. And this light will turn on if the vote passes. It will turn off if it doesn't pass. And you need to put a ground on the other side. So we're going to go here to sources somewhere right here and just get a ground. There we go. And technically you should put an LED on this. I mean a resistor, to be honest with you. If you want to do this right. So I'm going to do that. I mean if we're doing... Get out of here. There you go. So let me get a resistor real quick, because I want to do things the right way, you know? So there we go. And the resistor is, I think a proper value would be about 200 or 300. So I'll put 330. And then let's connect this guy to here. And now we can put our LED. I think I deleted it. So let me go get it again. It's in the diodes, light emitting diode. Click here, rotate around. And let's connect that wire there. There we go. Now, let's push play right here. And this vote is passing right now. Now, it doesn't really mean anything because these are not working, but it's obviously passing because these are all ones, and we could obviously start turning these off. And if the president says no, it's probably going to, there we go. The reason it was passing is right now, T is tied to the OR gate, and that if that goes 1, then of course this goes on because this is an OR gate. And on OR gates, if any of these are 1, you get an output of a 1, and this turns on. So this is obviously not the right way to do it. I was just trying to wrap things up to get it to show you how this looks. So if you're watching this video, you can pause it, and this is how it would look. Your final wire comes out, put it through a resistor, put it through an LED, put it to a ground. This light will turn on if the vote passes. It will turn off if it doesn't. Right now they're all saying no, 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 no. That's why they're all zeros. And you can just click on them to switch them. You don't need to do the state thing. That's only if you're not in the simulation mode. Right now we're in simulation mode, so you just have to touch them and they switch. So if president says yes, it doesn't pass. But if this guy says yes too, if these both say yes, it passes. If the president says yes and they all say no, it's not going to work. But if president and this guy say yes, it should work. There we go. These two kind of said yes. And remember, a tie, the president breaks the tie, it passes. So I got this circuit working. The rest of it needs to work as well. There's more to it. There should also be one where if V, S, and T are on, then this should turn on as well. So that's pretty much it. You got your inputs. You got your one output. That's your output. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 inputs. These are inputs. And your one output. And you just got logic right here. And this is your logic diagram. And I hope you guys are becoming electrical engineers and learning how to do this now.